What's poppin', y'all? It's Deidre with One Shot Game. You already know how the motto go. You get one shot at life, but a lifetime to learn all the game you need to help, change your perspective on your own life. But it's all about how you perceive information. How do you look at your life? You know what I'm saying? That is how you get the knowledge and the wisdom to be able to make different choices and create a different roadmap for your life. But now you have to understand a lot of people just are not willing to change their life from what they've always been doing because it's comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So, big shout out to all my supporters. You guys are great. Now, this video is going to hit a soft spot only because it is a lot of people in the world who perceive life so differently that they don't believe in certain things. And I think it's only because of what they've been programmed and what they've been taught. And you know what I'm saying? The feeling of wanting to feel validated from others, that they tend to knock out what could have been, maybe would have been true for them, but they alter their perception to fit into reality. So they don't believe in it. You know what I'm saying? But then you have those people that do believe in certain things due to their own experiences and what they've experienced in life, and it's tailored to certain people in different ways. And I mean, at the end of the day, it just is what it is, but this video is gonna really be centered on the topic of, at a certain point in life, the spirits come back to haunt people in life who choose to not want to change certain things in their life. Listen, let me tell you, when I was younger and I was growing up, right, I used to always say to people, like, how do they come up with the ideas to make movies? Like, where does it come from to make a movie, right? But listen, you got to understand, I'm fitting myself in a crowd of people that drink and smoke weed and chill and party. So when I say that, they just be looking at me like I'm retarded. You know what I'm saying? The only one that I said that to one time was my mom. And she was like, you know what? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But then over time, the more you start to live in this physical reality, you start to even forget that part of yourself. You know what I'm saying? But listen, I'm a very big movie fanatic. You know what I'm saying? Like, really in tune with movies. And I've always wondered, like, the movies that are being made and the ones that I've watched sometimes, how come I'm not seeing that in my reality? How come I'm seeing something completely different? You know what I'm saying? And then you have to think back and realize, like, your reality is how it is due to the way you think and what you perceive your reality to be. If you opened your mind a little bit and looked at it a little bit differently, you would be able to see things in a different view. But sometimes that's hard to think something different until your environment is shifted. Otherwise, you'll stay stuck in that one way of thinking. And even if your environment is not shifted, but you may have someone that can give you some different knowledge and game in your life, that you can look at life differently. But it's like, if you're steady programmed to the same thing, you're gonna meet the same people, and nobody's gonna have any new game to help you shift out of that reality. You know what I'm saying? And so this takes it back to a very, very favorite movie of mine called Hocus Pocus. Like, I remember my mom getting us the cassette tape in the little plastic folder. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it was a classic, and I was drawn to it. I even took my baby to go see it, like, in 2022. You know what I'm saying? Because they had it on Halloween re-screening at the movie, and she loved it. You know what I'm saying? And now that we are able to talk about how the spirit world is really real, and how everything and everyone is made of energy, and it is a world unseen that people don't like to talk about. You know what I'm saying? And people will alter it and shift it to however they see fit for themselves. But if you don't have no knowledge on certain things, how will you ever know? You know what I'm saying? But now that I'm 36 and I have seen some things and went through some things that let me have a clear indication that every maybe 600, 700 years, the veil is lifted between the spirit world and this physical reality. You know what I'm saying? And the people before you and the people before that may have some knowledge and some wisdom about it, but they don't tend to tell you because they don't want you to throw you off a path of what you need to understand and go through before you get to that point. So they just throw out clues and hints, and it's up to you to figure out the adventure. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna go on a life adventure, either taking in them clues or not taking in them clues. You know what I'm saying? But it'll help you figure out the roadmap to who you really are. So being that Hocus Pocus is centered on 3 Sanderson sisters that come back when you light the black flame candle every 600 or 300 years. You know what I'm saying? And they're old. So the only way to get young is they have to suck the souls out of the young kids. And who are more vulnerable than young kids? They haven't, you know what I'm saying, really figured out who they are yet. They're easy impressionable. You know what I'm saying? And anybody that feels like they're an empty vessel or an empty shell inside of themselves, adult-wise, it's easy for them to come back. Those evil spirits, or whether people want to believe it or not, you know what I'm saying? Whether people want to understand where I'm coming from, it is very much real. Because I have seen people's character, I've seen people say some ugly things, and I'm thinking to myself, like, I've never seen you be this person. What happened? When you are an empty shell and an empty vessel inside of yourself, it makes it more easier for those evil spirits to go into someone else. And it's very present when the clock strikes 12 midnight at night. If you don't notice, you know, that is when a lot of crimes are committed. That is when a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, do acts of violence. That is when a lot of people, you know, pass away from overdoses. You know what I'm saying? And it is people that know about this. You feel me? They know it was gonna happen before it happened. You know what I'm saying? But if the whole world knew about it, then it would be no people to conform to the systems. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody would be trying to get their shit right. You know? But listen, let me tell you something. The idea of love usually is what turns people so quick, because everybody is born a pure soul. And they go out into the world and they love, and for some whatever reason don't get the love back. So now they're an empty vessel. And the only way they find happiness is through material status of the physical world. So it makes it easier for these evil, ugly spirits to just cleanly slide into this person. You know what I'm saying? And you see them acting angry, acting violent, you know what I'm saying ugly things, committing ugly acts, because the true essence of who they are has left long ago. You know what I'm saying? And if those spirits exist in, you know, people that know that they exist inside of them, it's easier for them to be an energy vampire. And what that is someone that goes around harvesting who and putting on a fake mask to pertain to lots of people that there's one person, but really they're not. And they soak up energy from all these people to hide the fact that when behind closed doors and they're there by themselves, they may have the feelings of insecurity. They may have the feeling of feeling hopeless, feeling lost, feeling like they're not worth nothing. You know what I'm saying? But you'll never know. You know what I'm saying? And whether they choose to let the world know about what's really going on, which will probably never happen, but it's going on. People better wake up and smell the coffee. You know what I'm saying? This is not fake. This is not pretend. You know what I'm saying? The spirits of the dead of our ancestors, the people long ago, the ones that were just evil and fed up with life, have now came back to reincarnate in front of the souls that are empty vessels. You know what I'm saying? And the moment that you have children, they take over those vessels as well. Especially if you never take the time to look at what's really you and what's not. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, it's a pivotal moment right now where we will have thoughts that do not belong to us. We will have things that run across our mind, actions that don't belong to us. They belong to these evil ancestor spirits way before us that are trying to stop us from our progress. But if you're an empty vessel and you don't know how to tell the difference, they will consume you. You know what I'm saying? And it's up to the people that are strong to know that, listen, this run far away very fast, because it's taking over them. And you won't really know unless you see them face to face. You know what I'm saying? And really just get a feel for what's going on with them. And even then, you have to truly know yourself, because you can be easily tricked and finessed. If you don't know yourself, they'll slip right in. You know what I'm saying? Listen, people who drink alcohol, number one way for them to slip in. It's like a portal. You let them, you allow them to slip in. You know what I'm saying? When you drink the alcohol, they ready. And they'll have you start thinking negative thoughts, and they have you start thinking about negative actions, and, you know, thinking about the past on when somebody fucked you over and made you feel this type of way. And it's a wrap. Any mind altering substance will do that to you. You know what I'm saying? And it's a portal for the evil that has been lurking for centuries, decades. But the thing is, right now, in this current day and age, the veil is lifted. There is no separation between the spirit and the physical. And it's dividing and separating a lot of people. The people that are on that side over there, you know, who are just upset about their life and you know, just made a choice as soon as somebody hurt their feelings to stay over there. And then you have the ones with the good hearts and the good souls, you know what I'm saying, that are going through a tough time on the physical, but on the spiritual, they have elevated in a massive way to where it tends to offend the people that are still stuck. And it's not no shade. It's not to hate. It's not to feel like you better than none of that. You know what I'm saying? But it's understanding and knowing that it's not going to be everybody's time at the same time. And also, as well as you refuse to even look at the things that hurt you, because you always gave in to your vices as soon as it got too rough. And so overall, the dark side won. You know what I'm saying? Because you never took the time to do what was required to become, you know, who you truly are. Because anytime you let the dark come in, or you let a vice come in, you know what I'm saying, you became victim to that. And every time they won, like, it's different things you can do to overpower those thoughts, to overpower those past things you've been doing all your life. But see, it's so hard for people to stay the course of wanting something new, because where they have been all their life is so damn comfortable. And it's going to be uncomfortable the moment you decide to take that change. But who you become after that is the greatest blessing of all. You know what I'm saying? So, once, you feel me, oh boy, he had a little sister, he met old girl, he really liked her, you know what I'm saying? But once the sun came up at some point and all the Sanderson sisters died and he broke the curse, they were able to be in love. And I think, you know, Binks or whatever, the man, that the brother that was killed and turned into a cat, he was able to free his spirit and go with his sister once they broke the curse. You know what I'm saying? But it takes time. It takes a lot of time to reprocess and, you know what I'm saying, reconform to this new way of living after living like this for so long, and understand that some people will not grow. You know what I'm saying? Just like they had the pot with the stuff and with the little stew or whatever, and then they got the little kids to drink it, and the Sanderson sisters were able to suck their soul to become younger. So some of them will turn out like that. You know what I'm saying? Some little kids will turn into, you know what I'm saying, this evilness and not truly be themselves. And I believe that is the start of real life mental health issues. Like, I don't believe in mental health at all, but I believe that when these ugly, evil spirits inhabit young kids, it starts out as mental health issues, and over time it gets worse because they haven't healed from their trauma, so they picked a side, and they now are just plain evil. But they have to play nice to be able to fit into the world, to get the energy from souls that don't know who they really are. You know what I'm saying? None of the kids liked the Sanderson sisters. They know they was just not it. You know what I'm saying? And they had the ability to put a spell on everybody and turn them into thinking what they wanted them to think and take over a whole little city. You know what I'm saying? Listen, this is not a make-believe movie. Somebody out there knows how the spirit world works. We were just blind to it. We think stuff like that is made up. We think stuff like that, somebody just came up with it from their delusional mind. You know what I'm saying? And it's not real because we so caught up in the physical world. No, listen, it's happening right now. You know what I'm saying? I can relive some experiences with y'all of how I know it's real. But I'm not, though, because, you know what I'm saying? You're not finna be looking at me crazy. But then again, it would only have to be relived through people that understand. Because I'm not taking no medication. I have no mental health issues, and I'm just fine. You know what I'm saying? But I don't need people to be putting me down and talking about me and throwing me under the bus, because the consequences for that is... So, once those certain set of people come out from hiding and certain curses are broken, then I will have certain people that understand where I'm coming from with this, because they know the real. You know what I'm saying? But it is a lot of people that still don't believe in the fairy tale, and they're still magnetized to the physical world. So believing in a world like Harry Potter and Hocus Pocus is not something that's normal to them. So they're gonna put you down and talk about you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going through that no more. I'll be by myself, because I know the things that I have seen and heard and experienced are real. You know what I'm saying? Not only did I experience them, my daughter did as well. You know what I'm saying? But I also know that people make fun of what they can't understand. You know what I'm saying? So it's best to lay low. You know what I'm saying? Until the time. You get what I'm saying? So that was just a brief run through of, I believe, what is happening in the world right now. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people tend to, you know what I'm saying, throw people under the bus who have made it out of the illusionary box they've been in. But the elders and some people know exactly what's going on. It's just best if it's not talked about. You know what I'm saying? It's a secret. Shh. Don't tell nobody. But listen, the secret is out now. I'm pretty sure people are well aware of what's going on right now, because an event like this only happens every 600 years, I believe, when the planets line up in a certain direction and certain things happen and certain ways of life and thinking changes. You know what I'm saying? And rest in peace to my grandmother, but she knew. It's just that it's so unseen and you can't tell nobody about it, because then it'll alter a lot of people's perception of reality. And next thing you know, they might start doing crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? If it's not already going on right now. You know what I'm saying? People know what's going on. It's just that the majority of the world don't. So I'm here to just inform y'all and help y'all get a clear view, understanding that it is some certain people that can see future events, that can, you know what I'm saying, predict what is going to happen in life, that, you know what I'm saying, soberly come up with thoughts and ideas to make movies and write books and, you know, do screenplays that is very much real. It's not fake, and usually they become very successful off of it. It's just that, you feel me, you have to stay confident in what you're doing and keep pushing the idea. And before you know it, you'll see that line up into play, and you be like, damn, I never thought that would happen, because it was only a matter of time. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we here to see it, and sometimes we're not. And I'm fully aware of understanding that the next time something like this happens in the universe, when things are done that's unseen, that people can't explain or talk about, I'm not gonna be here. But my daughter's kids might. You know what I'm saying? And who knows if this veil is gonna stay lifted, or if the gap is gonna close again at some point. Nobody really knows. It's every day and every night you experience something new. You know what I'm saying? Things unexplained that you can't tell nobody, because they will make your confidence go down because they talking about you. But I can't wait to meet the people that could vibe with me on conversation and experience some of the things I've experienced in the last 2 to 3 years. You know what I'm saying? And actually have a clear understanding of what's going on. That'd be the best conversation I've ever had in my life, without somebody thinking I'm crazy or I'm weird and trying to put me down, because they know it's real too. You know what I'm saying? Listen, stop sleeping. Wake up. The lessons are going to get thrown in your face until you change it. Otherwise, your kids will be a victim of the things that you have been enslaved to your whole life. And you know what those are. Even if you've hid them from people, you know exactly what those are. You know what I'm saying? It's time to wake up and change. Man, if you don't know what it is, I just told you. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, because it's very important that the world know what's going on and stop living in an imaginary box